Ronnie?
The team. This team.
They don't have tryouts in the NBA, Ronnie.
Hey, look, I know it's unusual, but I showed the GM my tape, and he said I should come in for a tryout. I'm supposed to meet him here. He's just running a little late.
Right, you're friends with the GM.
Yeah, man, he DM'd me on social media, said he was my biggest fan. Pranked. He's got a profile picture and everything. It's definitely him.
Wait, aren't you like 40 years old or something like
What?
that?
No, but check out the sweet jumper.
Whew.
Yeah. Sweet.
That was an experience. That was what'd you call it? A jumper. That was it.
All I know is it's a bucket.
Yeah, it was a change in the top 10. What's up with Rebirth this year? I heard there's big changes coming.
Yeah, you heard right. Rebirth's got 4 levels now. The
4?
higher Rebirth level you unlock, the higher badge levels you start with on Rebirth saves. Plus, you get a boost to badge progression and a bunch of other cool stuff.
That sounds fire. Like, yeah, man. You still should. Ronnie, how long have you been here?
Just 4.5 hours.
Ronnie, go home. Spend time with your family. Just give it up.
Man, you're just jealous that someone as handsome and successful as me could be also an elite baller.
Ooh, yeah, you just did that. I can't unsee it. You know what? I'm gonna get out of here. Good luck with the tryouts.
Thanks, I guess. Don't hate the player, though. Hate the game.
You're here now, so let's make the most of it. So you got to ball out to get on the 2KU 250 and start climbing that ladder. But all games ain't weighted equally.
How so?
Well, MP's got to play well in front of scouts. Scouts show up to games with his players on the 2KU 250. Now, the coach gave me a schedule, and I already highlighted all the games you're going to be going up against guys on the 2KU 250. Now, someone in your position has to ball out every night, but you really got to ball out these nights. That's how you move the needle.
Believe me, I know. I've seen all of your videos.
All right. Other thing to keep your eye on is the EYBL showcase. Now, I know you're a little disappointed you didn't catch on with the EYBL team.
I was, but it's like you said. I'm here now, so I'm gonna make the most of that.
Hey, you're learning already. The good news is, if you make your all-star team, you get to play in the showcase game against the EYBL Select, which is basically their all-star team.
Dad, did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's fire, Dion.
That's exposure. Scouts from all over show up to that showcase.
And when MP does what MP does,
That's money in the bank.
I appreciate you walking us through all this, Dion, man. You know something? It reminds me of the culinary industry, but instead of scouts and the 2KU 250, we have critics and Michelin stars.
You have to forgive my dad. He's a chef, so he loves talking everything
You a
restaurant.
chef?
Yeah.
I went to culinary school.
No way.
Yeah.
No way, man. I mean, I own a diner. I used to do fine dining back in New York, but we moved to Vermont to start a family.
I thought I might want to switch up careers after my pro hooping days was over. You know, but basketball's in my blood. Can't leave the game alone. Plus, restaurant work, man, that's hard. Yo, MP, I hope you got respect for what this man's doing. Most folks ain't cut out to do it.
I got respect for everything he does.
All right. Well, if you got the same work ethic as your old man, you're going to be just fine.
Thanks, Dion.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
I got it.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Dion.
Oh, whoa. This reminds me of when I moved to New York. Oh.
Dad,
Yeah.
were you scared? I mean, when you took that big swing towards your dreams, were you scared?
A little bit. But I knew I would regret it for the rest of my life if I didn't at least try. Hey, you nervous? Look, hey, I know it's a big deal, but you always rise to the occasion.
Do I?
Yeah.
Because you're sacrificing your entire career to make all this happen. And all I've done up until now is complain about growing up in Vermont. So after all that, I just
come out this side.
feel like I owe it to you and Ma to make this happen.
Whoa. You don't owe me anything, all right?
There's no doubt it's
I'm
the
your
best
father.
performing asset in 15 years.
And
It's theoretically
I didn't
the
sacrifice
best
my
digital
career.
form of
My
capital.
priorities just changed.
It's just
Look, MP,
scary
I don't have
to
any
a lot of
regrets,
people. It's too
okay?
volatile. It's too
And
difficult to manage.
I know
So
this
they
is going
want
to sound
someone
corny,
that
but
can,
I
domesticate
believe
it, step
everything
it
happens
down,
for a reason.
package it,
I mean,
safe
who knows what would have
components,
happened
and
if
then
we stayed in New
connect
York,
it
right?
into the
Right?
fixed income market, the
But
high yield market, the
we're here,
convert market, and the public equity
and
markets. And
you have a
MicroStrategy,
chance to make
we
your dreams
inadvertently
happen.
backed into that.
And
Because
you
to
owe
do
it to yourself
what we did, you have to
to
start
make
with a
it
very
happen,
small company, $1 billion company,
right?
and then we become a $40 billion
That's
company, and
exactly
now
what I
we're
meant to hear.
150%
You
Bitcoin.
got it.
So if you
You
take
got it.
another $1 billion company and do what we're doing, because at this point we can grow $5-10 billion a year in capital or faster. You can't catch us if you start with the same thing. But if you take a big company like Google or Meta or Microsoft or Apple, and they bought 50 billion of Bitcoin, well, that would be good for Bitcoin, and that would be good for their shareholders. And if people did that a lot, they might add $1 trillion of their market cap. But it would be $1 trillion on top of $3 trillion. So at the end of the day,
No, you got P.
an enterprise, 25% Bitcoin, 75%.
If you got P, go use the bathroom on the body.
Strategy is an enterprise, 150% Bitcoin. So how do you create a company which is 150% Bitcoin that can sell billions of dollars of fixed income instruments or billions of equity into the market with a permanent capital base that's going to oscillate, it's going to vibrate with the frequency of Bitcoin, right? That is, I'd love to say we had the idea 4 years ago and that's what we're trying to do. No, we just kind of stumbled onto just a really great business.
Then Saylor was questioned about what is often referred to online as the infinite money glitch.
This whole conversion financial engineering type strategy is often referred to online as the infinite money glitch.
See, the misnomer there is it's not a money glitch. It is a digital transformation of the capital markets. When you have a system that moves from a higher energy state, a more disordered state, to a lower energy state, lots of energy gets given off. Think of steam becoming water. Is it a money glitch? It's just steam becoming water and it condenses. So if you look at the capital markets, you've got 800, 900 trillion dollars of wealth in the capital market. You've got people invested in all these heterogeneous assets. Of the 900 trillion in capital in the global capital markets, half of it is just long-term wealth, store of value, long-term capital. That is pure capital. People with money just want to keep their money. Rich just want to stay rich. That 450 trillion is invested.
Hey, we got Hollywood in the building tonight. What's the LA of Vermont, MP? Bennington, right?
Stop playing with me, bro. You know it's Burlington.
I really don't.
See, this is the type of energy you want pre-game. Everybody relax, especially Devontae. He ain't never good when he tight.
Don't get too relaxed. It's one of those big games you circled. You need to prove you're better than Jaden Moore, remember?
It's all that I think about.
Yo, J Moore's from Chicago, MP. Those are rough games he came up in. Dude can get to the bucket and finish.
And
And he's ranked 184 on the 250.
And so what?
Look, man, we seen you in practice. We know who you are. Just respect your enemy. I was at a target on his back for a long time, but he's still standing.
He ain't ever faced me.
I love it, MP. I love it. Okay. Oh, you guys are filming? Well, let me hit you with some knowledge, okay? The thing going is watching me? Okay, watch this. Listen, just because someone's ranked above you on some made-up list doesn't make it true. You should know that, Devontae. You think there's 68 guys in high school better than you?
Definitely not. I'm just saying.
If MP believes he's better than Jay Moore, then I believe it too. And so should you, okay?
Yeah.
Now let's get out there for these warm-ups. I don't want y'all pulling a hammy because you spent too long in front of the camera.
Hey,
Gentlemen,
turn the camera.
And Bitcoin's advantage is capital flowing from
Hey, Jay Moore.
assets, financial and physical assets.
Nah, man.
For the 21st century.
MP.
My bad.
I just love his explanation there. Bitcoin isn't a
Hey,
glitch.
bro,
It's
I
simply
get
a
it, you
massive
know.
amount of global
High
analog
flying
capital
guard like yourself.
into a much
Out of
smaller
Chicago?
percentage.
I mean,
It did
everybody knows
addressable
who
market
you
that Bitcoin is
are.
poised to swallow up. Think
Guys
of
have
this
been
graph
trying to make a
Gen
name
3,
for themselves
shows
off
the
of you
available
for
capital in
years.
the world represented by that
Man,
green inverted
probably
triangle on
too
top,
many to
and a
count,
tiny
huh?
black upright triangle in
You
the
know what?
middle
I'm gonna help
representing
you
the
out.
remaining available Bitcoin.
After tonight's
In
game,
theory, all of that capital has to squeeze
you'll never
that
forget
tiny
my
black
name
triangle.
again.
Bitcoin is to win as
You
the
talk
index
good.
money. And this is exactly
You know why
why
I'm here?
MicroStrategy is doing
There ain't no
seems like a
faking it.
glitch. It's not a glitch. As Saylor says,
You
they
got a
have
cute
simply
story
just
and all,
stumbled on a
man.
business model
But you're a long
that
way
makes
from
them a
Vermont.
vehicle for capturing that
You about to get
capital
exposed.
Yeah,
and
talent's
funneling it
talent.
into digital transformation that
So I'm not
Bitcoin
worried.
represents. So regardless of your
Maybe
thoughts
you
on
should.
MicroStrategy, one thing is for sure. It's extremely good for
Maybe.
Bitcoin, just like the ETFs are. Because again, as Saylor says,
If you look at where all the money is, 99.9% of the money.
Hello and welcome everyone to our 2K presentation of WCBL basketball. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. It's the High Flyers going against Team Ballers.
Nothing quite like a SoCal showdown, the freeway series between the High
Bitcoin
Flyers
its
out of
face
LA
value.
and Team
Just last
Ballers
week, the
based in
United States
Anaheim.
federal
I'm sure a
government
lot of these
borrowed
players
another
know each other already.
7.7
And early
billion
on here in the
Bitcoin.
Club
This
Week
is
circuit, we'll
non-sustainable.
find out a
It
lot
seems
about
inevitable
these teams
that the
by
price
the
of
end of the
Bitcoin
night.
in
We'll find out about
USD
the
will
teams
increase
and
massively,
also
given
the
there are only
players.
21 million
I know there
coins.
are a
So if
few
you take
names
Saylor's
on these
musings on the
rosters,
flow of
and I
capital
want to see
going
how
from
guys
weaker
like
assets to the
MP are going to
strongest in
hold
the
their
world,
own
it's
out
plain
here
to
in
see that Bitcoin is
WCBL
extremely
play.
undervalued
And
here.
the
I hear a
debut.
lot of new Bitcoiners obsessing about their entry price, waiting for that
Here for
perfect dip that
MP.
just never
Nobody
seems to
knows
materialize.
about him other
Waiting
than
for
he's
that
from
magical
Vermont.
entry price and just get
Interesting
off
to see
zero
how
today.
he fits into the
And you can do
scene.
that with
Starting
Swan.
tonight for
Visit
Team
swan.com
Ballers,
or
Cody
download the app
Etherington
and
is
search
at
your
the
Swan
point.
Bitcoin in your app
Jaden
store.
Moore
We
is
have
going to
put
be their
tons of time
slashing
into making
shooting
this
guard.
the easiest
Then
and fastest
Bertie and
onboarding
Rodriguez
experience
are
on
filling in
earth.
at the
You can
forward
literally go
slots,
from sign
with
up to buying and
Pasco
sending
patrolling
real
the paint.
Bitcoin to your own
And
wallet
resetting the
in
floor for
minutes.
the High Flyers,
Plus, your first
Devontae Mills will
$10,000
run
in
the
Bitcoin
point with
purchases
Jason
will have zero
Brock at the
fees.
off guard.
So visit
MP highlights
swan.com
the
and
win
get off
package
zero
with
today.
Ethan
And
O'Neill
before we
by his
wrap, I got
side.
one last
And
bullish thing I
Liam
got to show
Callahan
you.
is the
Many
big
of you
man
have
in
probably
the
heard
middle.
people compare
Bertie shot
Bitcoin
us
to the
off.
internet.
And
It's
with
often referred
MP,
to
I
as the
know
internet of
several
money.
teams
Why
were
is that?
interested in
Well,
having
if
him
you look
join
at this
their
chart,
club.
it compares
There's
internet
much tape to
users to
work
Bitcoin
off
users
of for
over
MP.
time.
He's
You
truly
can
a
see that
question mark on
Bitcoin
this
adoption is
roster,
actually
but the coaching staff
outpacing
thinks
internet
he's raw,
adoption.
and they
And if
must
this
have
trend
seen somebody
continues,
take the
which all
risk with
signs
him.
point to it
Here he
definitely
comes up
continuing,
with
if
the
not
deuce.
increasing, and
Devontae
everyone is
Mills
chasing
typically
less
he's
and
the
less
setup
Bitcoin due
guy
to its
for his team,
absolute
but look at this.
scarcity,
It's
what do
actually
you think this
working in
means
his
for the
favor.
Bitcoin
They
price?
expect him to
Okay,
pass,
that's
and
it
he
for
goes
today.
and
Let me
finds
know
a
what you think of
creative
Saylor's
floor.
wild analogies.
Now
Don't forget
here's
to like this
Bertie.
video if you made it
For
this far,
three,
share it
Moore
with friends,
drains
or
the
subscribe to the channel.
Well, you look at
Bitcoin
Jaden
Sick.
Moore, and it
Thanks for
doesn't take
watching. Have
long
a
to
great
see why
weekend.
he's on the
Remember,
2K
TikTok,
U250.
next block.
Great instincts at attacking the basket.
And he's not the biggest guard by any means, but he is incredibly slippery when getting at the D. It's very hard to stay in front of, and he's a surprisingly consistent finisher around the rim. And in just a blink, they answer back with a three of their own.
Wall Street embraced
Mono
Bitcoin,
a
and
mono.
now
It's
companies are racing to get into the Bitcoin 100.
He can certainly be a weapon when he's in close like that. That's why the defense, you got to push him further out. Don't let him just have that.
Henry Ford decided to harness
Pass to
fire
O'Neal.
a million years after
Yes,
human
and it's
beings
MP picking up
discovered
the assist.
fire. It was not
The
too
man
late.
just makes
Bitcoin is
plays.
different.
That pass
That's why
is on
it
point.
matters.
Michael Saylor just gave one of the most important keynotes of his life, and it might just be one of the most important Bitcoin talks in the last 5 years. Over the course of 45 minutes at BTC Prague, Saylor laid out a bold
Here's
updated
the high
forecast
flyer.
of $21 million per coin in 21 years. But more
To the
importantly,
inside.
he mapped out
And it's
why,
up by
what's
MP.
changed,
And for
what's
many of
unfolding
these
right
young men
now,
in club
and why
play,
this moment
this is
is
where they
unlike
learn to
anything that came
solely
before.
focus on
Today,
basketball
we're going
as
to
their
break it
sport.
all down.
Yeah,
The
up
macro
until now,
turn,
a lot of these
treasury
guys play
shift,
multiple
and why this time
sports.
actually
This
is
where
very
they're
different for
starting to learn
Bitcoin.
the
So let's start where
nuance and
Saylor
the
starts,
craft of the game.
with the
It's
shift
a great
that's
place
already
to really
happened.
hone your
Because
abilities.
before we can see where
Now
Bitcoin
here's
is
Mills.
going, we need to understand how much has
To the high
changed just over
fly
the
is
last
tack
year.
on.
Stuff that's happened in the past
last
You know what?
11
The
months
D
has been
gives him
extraordinary.
that smart
The White
basketball.
House
That's
has
Devontae
raised a big
Mills.
point. This is an extraordinary development. We didn't
Pass to
anticipate
Moore.
this. We hoped that we would get a favorable administration. We
Now
hoped we'd get
Rodriguez.
support, and we had this inkling.
Etherington,
But November
now guarded
5th
by
brought
Mills.
a sea change in politics.
5
and
to shoot.
although we thought we might have
Back to
a
Etherington.
pro-Bitcoin president, we didn't
Here's
think we'd get a
Bertie.
strategic Bitcoin reserve.
And it's Brock
we didn't
with the
think that
rebound.
the president would say
High Flyers
America
with the lead.
will be the Bitcoin
Everything's working for them at the
superpower of
offensive
world.
end right
This
now.
is an amazing
Yeah, good play
development.
calling
The
and
new
even better
administration
generation, every one of these cabinet members
fun watching him at the
from
controls.
12 months
Just the way he
earlier, where
creates for his
there would have been
teammates.
no
Such a
one
willing
that
passer.
would have been
And guys, as we
bullish on
mentioned,
Bitcoin
MP
as what we
recently
saw
breaking
here.
into that
Wall Street
2K
embraced
YouTube
Bitcoin.
And look, that might
$150
seem
billion.
low, but to be anywhere on this list means you at least have some serious potential. Nobody's quite sure what development path MP is going to take, but there's a feeling that he has a high ceiling.
MP with the bucket.
And you can feel them picking up steam now.
Really falling into a nice rhythm as they add to their lead.
They really need a bucket right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a while since they've scored last.
And here's more from the arc. And again, no good by Team Ball.
Companies
They've
are
been sure
racing to
difficult
get
to
into the
stop
Bitcoin
lately.
100.
And this
Used
run
to be,
could
we
get
thought,
stretched
oh, it'd
out
be great.
even
There's 10
more.
Bitcoin companies and 20. Now there's 100.
Pass
Now
to
there's more than
Etherington.
100. Now we're all going to compete to move up the
More
leaderboard.
up
Let the
top.
game
And here's
begin.
13.
Bitcoin wasn't an institutional asset. It wasn't cool on Wall Street. People
outside.
thought it might be
To
toxic.
O'Neal.
Now I have a whole
And
set
Team
of
Ballers miss
equity
again.
analysts that write research and publish their research to investors.
MP
And they
with
put
it.
a price target
He's
on
got 8 in
Bitcoin.
this
So
one.
now you
Fast
have the
break.
entire
Here we
equity
go.
capital
More
markets
with it.
embracing
He's
the
picked up
asset
by
class,
MP.
writing about it, opining
offensive
on it.
rebound.
Went from an oddity to a goal, maybe
Almost
going
an
away
impossible shot to
to
block
an
in the post.
entire
A defender
array
cannot
of
give up that much
analysts
size inside
and
and expect to
investment
get a hand
banks
on it.
starting
And
to
in
have
club
an
league play
opinion.
here
And
in
of course, if you look at all the
WCBL,
prices
these
up
kids
there,
get
their
such a
opinion
wealth
is
of
all
minutes in such a
positive,
short
it's all
amount of time.
bullish.
The game's
Technology
come fast
investors
and
have
quick, and
embraced
honestly, there's a
Bitcoin.
lot to
What
learn
you
on the
see
fly,
there
but there's a
is
ton of
the Bank of
opportunity. And for some
America
players, it can be a bit
investment
overwhelming.
analyst
Team always
equating
trailing.
Bitcoin to something as profound as the light bulb, the Model T, the World Wide Web.
outside.
Right? That's a very
Pass
important
to Moore.
rotation. Bitcoin is a technology.
Etherington.
Bitcoin's not a speculation. Bitcoin is not an
Etherington
oddity.
outside.
Bitcoin is not
Now
anarchy.
here's
Bitcoin is
Bertie.
just the next great
it out to
technology. Financial
Etherington.
regulators embrace Bitcoin. This you
coming
never
off of
believe. The head of the
Bertie's
OCC says
That's the thing
banks
about-
embrace
to the
Bitcoin.
paint.
The House,
Here's
the
MP.
Senate, the
And he
Cabinet.
floats
You've
it
got
in.
3
Easy
bills.
to
The
do.
clarity
Credit
of
the
the
assist
Genius
on
that
Act,
one.
Bitcoin Act,
Terrific
all
find.
moving through
Everyone loves
Congress
playing with
right
someone
now.
who can move
This
the
is
ball like
something
that.
nobody guessed,
Outside
nobody conceived
Bertie.
of a year ago. States in the United States are embracing Bitcoin.
Etherington.
Governors, right? There's legislation working its way through state legislative branches everywhere. Bitcoin is money for everybody, and everybody is getting interested in it. International governments embrace Bitcoin. Spokespeople for the
For many of
UK,
these
for
guys,
Ireland,
they were
for
the best that their school
Pakistan,
had to
for
offer.
Bhutan,
But in this
for El
league, the skill
Salvador,
level and
for
competition
Russia,
here
in
is
China,
much
in
higher.
Hong Kong,
And look, at the
in
end of the day,
Europe,
not everyone's going
everywhere.
to be
They
the
all
offensive
have an
star of their
opinion.
team.
Their
And
opinion
that's
is
so
this is very
important for the development of these
The
guys.
crypto
To learn
industry
how to
has
fill the role
embraced
that's
Bitcoin.
needed.
These are all public
Now
statements
Etherington.
from the last 12 months. And let me
Outside,
tell you
Moore.
how I interpret this. This is
Back to
everybody
Etherington.
in the crypto ecosystem
Bertie.
acknowledging that Bitcoin
Not really
is
his
the
range, and that's
foundation
way off
of the
target.
crypto economy. Bitcoin is the reserve currency of the
And the
crypto
layup's
economy.
good off the
Bitcoin
glass.
is
What
the one
persistence by Mills on the
central,
finish.
certain,
Just bouncing off the
unshakable
contact
protocol
and refusing
and
to
the
be denied.
fulcrum, the focal point
Outside,
of the
Moore.
entire
Pass to
industry.
Rodriguez.
Everything else is built on top of it. There's been an unprecedented coalition
Second shot
that comes
chance.
together in support of
Layup is up
Bitcoin,
and
and I
in.
think a
Work
realization
hard on the
that
offensive glass and good things happen.
Push it down.
Coach Troy of the High Flyers. He's a young coach, even by this club league standard.
It's true, as you said, Troy is one of the
is there to have
youngest
any
coaches
future
who knows the
in
game
really
hard.
playing out in real time.
Plus,
And the
he's
game
already
theory
got
just
a
keeps
great track
accelerating.
record for
Every
developing
single
talent.
week,
And
we're
the
seeing
High
multiple
Flyers
new
making
Bitcoin
a
treasury
change
company
here.
announcements. It's almost getting
MP
absurd.
gets it to go.
Meanwhile, Texas just passed a bill to start a Bitcoin reserve. Governor Abbott signed the legislation this week, and the state is preparing for an initial $10 million buy-in.
Trailing by
And the
8
head of the
here.
U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency is having a back
Kicks
and
it to
forth with Michael
Summers.
Saylor himself
Back to
on
Moore.
X about integrating Bitcoin
To
into
the right
mortgage
side.
loans. Yes, that's a government official hinting that Bitcoin could be standardized as collateral for the largest lending market on the
Good
planet.
trade.
Add it all up, and we're
The
witnessing the
High Flyers
system
grabbed the miss.
recapitalize on Bitcoin in real time. Every single week, it seems Bitcoin gets stronger,
Now MP.
and every single week,
He's
I'm
got
flabbergasted
12.
how few people
Here's
are paying
Casey.
attention. Most people still seem to think Bitcoin is just another trade, a bubble,
Mills, right
a bet.
side.
And as Saylor makes clear in
Shoots
this
a
next
three.
clip, that just means the
Players
opportunity
can't get it to
is
fall.
bigger than you
One thing that the players need to balance in club play is focusing more on winning versus stuffing their own stat sheet.
It's a chance to show your skills in this league. And of course you want to win the game, but win or lose at the end of the day, scouts are factoring in your individual performance as well. So if you want to get noticed, you better be playing your best out there.
Here's Myers.
You know something
Here's
the rest of the world has not yet acknowledged, and yet
with a
it
chance
couldn't
for
be
one more at the
clearer.
line.
There's a
Definitely
monetary
making his
revolution
presence felt here in the first
revolution
half. So
economic
effective
thinking.
at this
It's
point.
spreading
So it's
everywhere
both
in the
teams making a
world.
change here.
It's fueled by the digital transformation of the capital markets that you see manifested in all of these companies and all of these securities and all of this Bitcoin activity. And it's
Here's
going to be
Etherington.
accelerated
And he
by
gets something out of
explosive
this.
financial
Hey, really,
innovation.
just some
That
extracurricular
innovation is
activity
surging
there.
now.
No
You can
extra
see
credit
it
given, but hey,
everywhere
still
around
pretty
us. Every
solid
single
basket on that
company is
front.
thinking, how do I
Now
integrate?
here's
What am I
Mills.
going to do?
It's a
So the
9-point
revolution
game.
is afoot.
They
The
get it
world
back.
is bullish. The
three
point
ball.
is the
But you like your
president of
shots
the
coming
United
from
States
in
is
close as
bullish.
well.
The point is people you don't know in
They
places
just
you've
can't
never
get anything
been
going
are bullish.
offensively.
This
And
is
you can see the
extraordinary.
frustration
Inflection
mounting.
point,
They just
ignition
don't know
point,
who to turn to
escape
for points.
velocity. When a
Shot
nuclear
from there, no
reactor
good.
comes
Things have
online, when the
really
chain
gone south for him
reaction
here.
starts up,
Yeah, he
we
can
call that
buy a
criticality.
bucket. Not
Bitcoin's
easy to
reached
shake off a cold streak
criticality.
like this.
The network has
Mills
come
from
to
deep.
life. The work's
Knocks
done.
it down
The
from
power's
distance.
flowing, and there's
I
no
like
off
Mills
switch.
taking advantage of the
Satoshi's
situation
fire
there
is
and
now
firing when open.
unstoppable. The network is unstoppable. Satoshi's point is
Etherington
the
outside.
Schelling point of global money. We
Outside
can now
Bertie,
see, you
beyond the
can
arc.
see, I can see, the rest of the world is beginning to
Now in
need
the
me
post.
anymore. This
The
network
High Flyers
doesn't
lead
need
this
anyone
one,
anymore.
up
It's
11,
going to
and we'll be
continue
back
to
in
grow,
just a moment.
and no one can stop it. Bitcoin's trending toward
Welcome
the
back to the second
performance
half
of
of
the
this
best
West Coast Club
capital
battle
assets
between
in
the
the
High
world
Flyers
in the
and
conventional
Team
world, which are
Volleyball.
like Mag 7 digital monopolies mixed into an index. It's
Here's
trending
the High
toward it,
Flyers.
but it will never reach it.
They
And it
lead
will
by
never
11.
perform
And
at
something
that
to note
level
about
because
MP,
it's always going
I
to be
heard he
better.
was
It's
training
always going
with
to be more
Dion
useful.
Benjamin to help
It's always
prepare
going to be
for
less
this one.
risky.
And if you don't
It's
know
always
about
going to be
Dion Benjamin, he has a
counterparty risk
well
of a
known
company
open
stripped
run.
away.
A lot of
There's never
talent
going to be a
has come out of there.
CEO to
And to see
subpoena.
MP working
There's
out
never
with
going to
him,
be a
that's
labor
certainly a
force. There's
positive in
never
the
going
eyes
to
of
be
many
the
CEOs.
challenge of a supply chain.
Now here's
It's never going to have a
Bertie.
tariff
That
on
one
it.
falls.
It's going to be
Rodriguez picks up the
pure
assist.
digital.
Oh, look at Barry sneaking
Pure
the three-point shot.
economic energy.
Nice,
By
crisp
then,
shooting
it will be
motion.
moving at the speed of light on layer 2s, on layer
MP
3s.
outside.
It'll be moving 10 million times a second. It'll be trading between billions and billions of nodes and billions of
middle.
other nodes.
And
There's going to be
out of
nothing
bounds.
else to
Will take
compete
it.
with it. It
Just
will
can't
be the
afford
most
screws like
valuable
that
thing, performing the best. You're not going to
And
want to
here
sell it
Team
in
Ballers
21
have it.
years. You're just
8-point
going to wish that you had acquired more of it.
Pass
That
to
clip
Bertie.
reframes
He
everything.
tries for
Sailor
three.
doesn't just see a moment,
Offensive
he
board.
sees criticality. The moment a network
Shot
comes
from
to life,
Rodriguez is
it
no
can't
good.
be turned off.
And it's
Bitcoin
High
is
Flyers
reaching
with the
escape
ball.
velocity.
It's
It's outperforming
Callahan.
traditional
Moore
assets.
covering.
It's spreading across
Big-time
balance
play of the
sheets,
group from
across
Callahan.
governments, and across borders.
Going
And
up
unlike
is
equities or
wrong for the
gold or
Jam.
real estate, it doesn't need a CEO. There's no supply
Moore
chain to break,
outside.
no debt ceiling to raise, no button to push.
Bertie
It's just pure
returns it to Moore.
economic energy, moving at the speed of light. So the only real
Pass
question
to
left
Pasco.
is, what are you doing about it? If you're watching this and you know it's time to get serious,
Back to Pasco.
not just buy some Bitcoin, build with
Using
it.
his
The
post
Swan
move
Private
to
is
get
where
the
you
2
start.
points.
The Swan Private team works with high net worth
Hey, go sit down. Y'all always falling on the floor.
Bitcoin strategies
9 points in
built
this
for the
one.
long haul. We're talking deep planning from
Screen
inheritance,
by MP.
tax structuring,
Down low.
cold storage, and multi-generational frameworks.
That shot
You'll get
off.
concierge onboarding,
Team Ballers
direct access to
trailing.
real Bitcoin experts, and
Etherington
guidance that
with it.
cuts through the
He's
noise.
picked up by
If you're ready to
Mills.
think in decades, head to
Pasco from
swan.com/private and start your intentional Bitcoin journey today. Even after everything we've
MP
covered,
with it,
the political
and he
pivot,
finds
the
himself against
explosion in treasury
Pasco.
demand, and the structural advantage Bitcoin
Passes
now
to
holds,
MP.
most people still don't
Sinks
get
it
it.
from
They're
distance.
measuring it like a stock,
He got hung up on a
comparing
great
it to gold,
screen and
or
gave the
calling it
shooter
a
some
bubble.
wiggle room.
Again,
Yeah,
but what they're
for sure.
missing
If
is
he sees
Bitcoin isn't here to
any
fit
daylight at
inside
all,
the
he's
system.
pulling the trigger.
It's here to replace what's broken.
Now here's Moore.
In his final clip, Saylor explains exactly why this
Bertie.
moment isn't just a repeat of the past,
And he
and why
can't
Bitcoin is
answer
unlike
back the
anything that came
three-pointers
before.
offline.
Henry Ford decided to harness fire 1,000,000 years
On the
after
wing,
human
it's MP.
beings discovered fire. It was not too late. It's not too late to use the wheel.
I'd like
It's
to
not
paint a
too
picture
late
here,
to
'cause his
master
shooting chart is
explosives.
beautiful.
If you need a
Lots of
gun
good shots
and
all around
someone
the floor.
invented a gun 500 years ago, you're not going to say, I guess it's too late for me.
Outside Bear team for three, more, and it's rebounded by O'Neal. Here's Brock outside. It's not going to fall for him. Their offense has stagnated.
It's been hard to watch. They need a bucket, and soon.
And Pasco from outside. No good. Well, what a show we've seen so far from MP. He's come out and put on a clinic. He looks head and shoulders above Moore right now.
Well, if there was any fans doubting the impact that MP can make, I doubt they're saying much right now. A great offensive showing from MP so far. He's been terrific.
Timeout called here as Team Ballers decide to talk it over. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution for high flyers.
And here's Rodriguez. 8 points for him. Here's the pick. Etherington for 3. And again, no good by Team Ballers. Here's MP. Nails the baby hooks.
An improving aspect of O'Neal's game. If we have a second to talk about his playmaking, because right there he just made the right play, and he knows that that's important for his team.
Now Etherington kicks it to Summers to end the run. And it's rebounded by O'Neal. That is his first
You can't ignore it just because it's
foul of the game.
Team Ballers. Mark Wall. James Dykstra.
Here's Myers.
Substitution for
On the wing, it's MP. Knocks down the long J.
I don't care how far he is from the bucket. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from long range.
Long. That shot's good.
That's what you call passing a teammate open, guiding him perfectly.
What's that? Oh, yeah, buddy.
Changing it up here.
Substitution for high flyers.
Pass to Etherington. Moore. Back to Etherington. Now here's Moore. Pasco, defended now by Callahan. Long. It's good. The assist that time from Etherington.
Great vision by Etherington, spotting those easy shots the defense is leaving out there.
Brock outside. Back to Mills. Shoots over Rodriguez. The big shot, no good.
You have to hit that. You have to keep the defense honest.
Etherington for 3. The shot comes out.
Closing down on leads is done by making smart plays on offense and taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up those bonehead threes like that.
Mills from deep, and the high flyers, another triple. And as big as Devontae Mills' game is on the court, he is an absolute character off of it. This kid just oozes personality.
Yeah, and that can be a concern sometimes for these players, but Mills is naturally that magnetic. He's very much okay with being the center of attention, and you could even say he has a free spirit vibe about it.
And Team Ballers changing things up. And here Team Ballers have it. Trailing by 8 here. Takes a 3. MP grabs the miss.
A lot of bricks put up off his shots, and one reason is he keeps trying to force it when he's guarded. Move the ball around.
Can't get it to drop. His 5th miss. He's made 10 of 15 so far. Rodriguez, the screen. Outside Berti. Connects it from downtown.
An assertive play by Berti. Team needed him to show up, and he did just that.
Mills outside. From deep, it's MP. And the high flyers, another triple.
He's too good a shooter to leave open. That's a breakdown defensively.
Outside Berti. That doesn't go either for Berti. Brock outside. Return to MP. On the wing, Brock. Mills outside. O'Neal. There's the triple. Moore cleans up the glass.
Impossible for them to come back now.
Too much work to do, not enough time to do it.
Now 5 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock.
And hey, that was deep, but he's proven that he can make it.
Maybe take a few steps closer, though. Remember, this is high school.
Here's MP. So
let me explain.
the High Flyers win this one.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm intrigued by what we saw from MP in this one. This kid has a ton of potential. I wouldn't be surprised to see him moving up that 2KU 250 list. Can't wait to see more out of him.
And I agree, Danny. MP was impressive. And for Team Ballers, a tough loss for them.
I mean, Jaden Moore came into this one feeling confident and perhaps a little overly confident. He showed some flashes, don't get me wrong, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Make no mistake, though, he's been around this game for a while, and he knows what it takes to learn and come back and win later.
And that'll do it for this one. For Drake Hugo, Danny Hager, this is Joe Lamy saying thanks for watching.
Long horizon buyers like institutions, corporations, and pension funds. Bitcoin has already rotated to a new base of long-term holders, and I'm arguing that 80,000 Bitcoin sell-off was the climax. The legacy whales are all but gone. They sold into strength, and the market absorbed it.
Yo, you going out tonight, Burlington? We gotta celebrate your big game against that bully from Chicago. Oh, before you say anything, say yes. Or you gonna let me talk? Ain't nobody stopping me. What are we getting into tonight? Hanging in my crib. I got a pool.
Rotations create pressure.
Are there gonna be any
They
girls
build
there?
a base for the next explosion.
Man, of course
Just
there'll
like
be
in
girls
past
there.
cycles,
I
only
did.
this
I'm
time it's
pulling
bigger.
up. My
More
man.
patient hands with
All right,
more
I'll text you my
access to
address.
capital
Show up around
and
8.
conviction.
Bet.
This is exactly what Michael Saylor was talking about a few months ago on Natalie Brunell's podcast.
When the rhetoric has changed from the White House and we have the